our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Good Monday morning, everybody. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, coming to you live every Monday morning, just to bring a little bit of spiritual awareness into everyday life, trying to make things a little simpler some days in this very, very complicated world. Let me know if you can hear me. I did hook to my original mic, so hopefully this is all going live, guys. And I do apologize for not being here last week. I had no voice, like literally voice was gone, could not talk. Today is the first day that I feel like I have almost my normal voice, which is kind of nice. With that being said, let's go on to, as we know, the top of the hour, we talk a lot about spiritual stuff and how we use it in everyday living, trying to make sense of a lot of what we hear in metaphysical community, like the deeper meaning of manifestation and things of that nature, kind of like how do we make that sense in our own life, and other things of that nature. And then the bottom of the hour, we go to a 5-card stud, which is where I highlight a different deck every week. This week is the Fairy Temple Oracle by Suzy Cherub. And this is a Blue Angel deck. Blue Angel. So this is going to be fun. Excuse me. I'm still right there and I don't know why. So this is going to be really exciting to do later on today. Super excited about that. And then of course at the end of the week we will talk about where the heck I'm at. So with that being said, we are finishing up March. This is March 30th. I'm going to get the chair kind of ready because never know if it's going to be a lot to read or a little bit to read when we open this up and see where we're going to go, because that's all we do. We just open to whatever page pops open. Excuse me. Oh my good gracious. So, Neil Donald Walsh. Ooh. Kind of like this. Very simple. Very, very simple, which means you're going to listen to me talk a lot this morning. It is. Your feelings are real. Your feelings are real, not made up creations of your mind. So get out of your mind and get back to your senses to know what is best for you. Remember this, true celebration is mindless. And you know what? I preach about this. I talk about this. I do a lot of instructing on this, and I do it in a way that it's kind of like people don't necessarily understand what I'm doing or what I'm saying when I'm talking about it, but it works. Okay, it works. Because, this really goes back to some of my favorites, and I talk about them. I talk about Neil Donald Walsh. I talk about, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name anymore. Mike Dooley. I talk about him a lot. I talk about some of the ones that I started on. I'm talking about, the original book, The Secret, which they missed this part. And that's why manifestation doesn't work for most people. It's because this portion was missed in talking about, hey, Lucy, hey, Sprouting, bless. Hello, Sir Tim. So it's a feeling part. So often we want things. We want things. We look at things. We want things in our life. But we always go to thought. And I honestly think it's rooted in, when we're young, we hear these words, think before you speak. Think about that. We're always putting people in the thought process. Before you open your mouth, before you do this, before you do that, you need to think before you do this. And honestly, not that that's a bad thing. I'm going to tell you, because we do have to think, is this going to hurt somebody, blah, blah, blah. But But I will tell you where you'd have better results. How is this going to feel if you do this? How's it going to feel if you do that? How is that person going to feel? See where I'm coming from? But we've taken the heart out of things. We've taken the feelings out. Why? Because feelings are scary. Feelings are so incredibly scary. So much so that we've pretty much taken feelings out of everything. Okay. And honestly, you're never going to make a good decision if you don't feel it out. You're just not going to. The best decisions you're ever going to make are on your feelings. Okay. And this isn't about like coming up to the plate and crying. Feelings are really this big array of emotions, from good to bad to ugly to joy to all of it. But we don't feel. Okay. And I know that is really, it's kind of bad of me to say. It really is, because we're taught I feel bad and I feel happy, or I feel good. We're not taught the rest. We're not taught to express those. We're not taught to dive into those. Okay. Now, this isn't trying to undo what we've learned through our parent society, wherever this came from. Okay. But it is kind of starting to rewrite the future, rewrite going in. Like within our family, and y'all have met Dawson. And sometimes that little boy gets really frustrated to the point of tears. And it's anger, and it's tears, it's frustration. It's all this stuff barreled into one. It's all of it. And it hurts to see him go through that, because he's having a hard time expressing what he's feeling. They have words for it all, but he can't get to it. So instead of telling him to stop crying and think about what's going on, his dad taught this to us. You look at him and go, oh my gosh, you're experiencing some really big feelings, aren't you? These are really big feelings. Let's talk about the feelings. Are you upset? Are you sad? Are you frustrated? Or is it all of it in one? Is it everything? And we have him dissect his feelings. We have him separate all the individual feelings and talk about, this is frustrating me, and this is making me mad, and this is doing this. And why? Because it's cutting back to the feeling part. We're saying, don't be afraid to feel what you're feeling. How do you know what you want in here if you don't feel it? So let's take that into an adult. Let's take that a little bit older. Okay? Let's take it into corporate world. Let's take it there. Okay? And I know you're all going, really? Corporate world and feeling? Yeah, because when you drive down the road and you see every single business out there, these big businesses, these big, very successful companies that have got like these 10 or 12 or 14-story buildings or bigger or whatever, these huge buildings. And if you walk through the door and you talk to the people on staff, you're going to say, how'd you get this big? You know what they're going to do? They're going to bring out spreadsheets, and they're going to bring out facts, and they're going to bring out all this thoughts, tons of thoughts. They've all been put into a computer and told them where to go. But that's not how it started. And I'll tell you this right now. That's not how any one of those businesses started. Not one of them started and became successful based on a thought or a series of thinking thoughts. And I know you're looking at me like, really? But it's not. Hello, Deepak. Deepak. Every single business started with a feeling. Every one of them did. It started with a heart spark. I have decided, gosh, wouldn't it be great to be able to do this? Wouldn't it be great to be able to supply this? Wouldn't it be great to take care of my family? Wouldn't it be great to have money in my account? And honestly, when they're going through that process, it's not here, it's here. They're feeling into this, and they're feeling into every decision. The very decision to start the company sparked from a heart center, a feeling. because it felt right to them to do it. Because honestly, if any corporation started with a thought, I think I can do this and I think I can make, you know what? They think wrong because they don't know what the hell they're doing. And every thought would lead them in the wrong direction because, again, they don't know what they're doing to get to this big thing. But they do start out with feeling it. How's this going to feel? Because they're putting so much analytical information in. And when they're doing the analysis in the very beginning, it's a thought mixed with an emotion. It's a heart center saying, I need to do this. I need to do that. And yet, eventually, it's taken over by a board of people who now are just looking at facts and figures. And that's awesome. That's great. You know what? Go on, because they're being very successful. But it honestly started with a thought and a feeling. Should I do this? Should I not? What's it going to build in here? Now, even with your own daily life, buying a house. If you didn't buy a house based on your heart and how you felt about it, you would literally call up a person and say, I need 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I need a living room this size. I need a backyard this size, and whatever. You give them the details. And you buy everything on site. You buy all sight unseen. You wouldn't care. Give the details. And on the day of closing, you'd be handed your keys and you'd have to go find your address. It's that simple. But that's not how you buy a house, is it? You have an idea of all the list of things you want. And then you go house hunting. And it's not just, does it fit the bill? It's how does it feel to be here? What's it feel like? Does it feel safe? Does it feel homey? Does it feel like it's mine? And those are words you use when you go to buy a house. You do the same thing with a car. You have an idea of what you want. I'll never forget it. Quite frankly, before I went and bought my Dodge almost 7 years ago, something told me ahead of time I was going to get a new car because I was out car hunting. And I drove through all the lots. And I looked at every car on the highway. The last thing I wanted was the Dodge Journey. Oh, God, I thought it was the ugliest thing I'd seen. There was nothing about it I liked. Nothing. Didn't even like Dodge. Matter of fact, I was a spokeswoman to try not to buy Dodge. That's how much I did not like Dodge. And I'll never forget it because the last lot I went to, we went in and we were talking numbers. My daughter had a question about something else. And while she was talking to the salesman, I went and sat in this vehicle that I didn't bother to look at the outside. It was just inside the showroom. I was like, I'm just going to go look at this. And I went and sat in the front seat of this SUV and I went, oh my God, this feels so amazing. It feels like my vehicle. And I wasn't going for anything brand new. But the feeling was incredible. And then I started to look at what I was sitting in, and oh my gosh, I was sitting inside the brand new Dodge Journey, and I thought, are you kidding me? Wow. So a few months later, when my vehicle was totaled, my daughter goes, what do you want? I remembered the feeling I had when I sat in that vehicle. And I said, I want a Dodge Journey. And I want all these things because I can feel myself hitting the power button and the power this and the power that. And I could feel myself looking at the backup camera and I could feel all this. I could feel the comfortability of the seats and I could feel the heat under my tush. I could feel. I could feel everything that last one gave me. And I told her I really wanted to be white. And I really only wanted this many miles on it. And I threw in a couple of those facts, but most of it was feeling. And within moments, my daughter found my vehicle. I used one, and that was okay, because that's what I wanted. But the vehicle was built on feelings. The whole getting the vehicle was built on feeling. Because quite honestly, when things end up being right, it's because you felt into it. How is this going to feel for me? Our own senses. I talk to people all the time about psychic senses, and it took me a long time, guys. I won't even lie to you. It took me a long time to feel okay with that word psychic, because we already know that doesn't have a great reputation as being a psychic. We're changing that, though. And I talked to a lot of people about those feelings of being a psychic and how really they are. That's just your natural abilities. And that first ability you have is to feel. It really is. When you come into this world, the first psychic sense and sense altogether you have isn't sight, because they proved a baby does not see clearly when it's born. And hearing is there, but they don't know what the heck they're hearing. But feeling is prevalent. They feel everything. They're coming through the womb. They're feeling this big, cold space. They're feeling all the people in the room. And they're feeling the one safety they have is no longer there. And then when they finally put that baby back in mama's arms, guess what stops crying is that baby, because it feels the safety of the person it knows. And it's based on feeling. And for quite a long time, the baby only feels. It feels hungry. It feels wet. It feels colicky. It feels. And yeah, those are all 2D senses. I get it. But it's the first thing they master is their feelings. And parents master the feeling by knowing what the baby's feeling. And I know that's psychic 102 for most people. But getting what you want in this life is all about feeling something. It's about being mindless. And I love that. True celebration is mindless. True celebration is mindless. And most people go, what are you talking about? What do you mean mindless? But it is. When you're looking at every really amazing decision you've ever had, every truly amazing thing that's ever happened in your life, it took absolutely no thought to make it happen. No thought. Thoughtless decisions, mindless decisions. It was a no-brainer. That's a popular saying, a no-brainer. Why did you do that? It was a no-brainer. Just knew. Just felt it was right. Those are the best things that happen in life. But yet we take that simple saying and we throw it out with the bathwater. Because we go, that's not correct. That's not how we're taught to do things. But when you start to live in a mindless, and we're not taking thought out of the world. Trust me, guys, we're not taking thought. We're not taking practicality out. But when we start living in more of a mindless decision-making process, you start to realize you made the decision way before the decision was to be made. So let's explain that a little bit. I want a new car. And I want all of this. You feel how great it's going to be in a new vehicle. And I'm not going to worry about how it's going to come to me. I just know it's going to come. An opportunity of a new vehicle is going to be placed in front of me. And it's going to be everything I've looked at and wanted now. I'm going to put all the thought into it now. I'm going to put all the feeling into that. I'm going to put the decision-making process into the right now, even though I have no clue when it's going to happen. I'm just going to put it out there. And then all of a sudden, circumstances happen. Exactly what I put in today will show up in a week, a month, 6 months. It's going to be mindless. Why? Because I made my decision today, not when it's going to show up. So it makes it a mindless decision. I've started the ball rolling now. And I start the ball rolling by feeling into something. I've already started. I don't know when it's going to happen. At some point, I'm going to own my own home. That's really weird. And I never put into it because I've been thinking about it for, a while now, about a year. And I know it's not going to happen today. Why? Because I haven't just finished creating it in here yet. But I've been putting a lot of things out there, and I'm seeing doorways, and I'm seeing not things that are in the home when I get there, but things that I will be placing into the home. And if they're there when I show up, awesome. But if they're not, it's okay. Because I'll be able to walk in and go, oh, that's where that's going to go. And this is where this is going to go. Boom, 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 boom. It's kind of like making a manifestation board. But doing it now here in my thoughts, in my mind, and my feelings. And knowing how that's going to feel to me. It's really beautiful because Mike Dooley talked about it. God's become a reality. He says it so beautifully. And it's genius. What he sells and what he talks about is ingenious. Because it's just a thought. He's built an empire on the saying, thoughts become reality. Whole empire on that one saying. I can do it. I can do it. It's the little train that could. And it's beautiful because he talks about you manifesting things and seeing all the details and feeling all the details, feeling it, what feels right to you. And when you get that all into one creation and you feel yourself into it, you feel into it, that's when the manifestation magic happens. Now, I want you to start thinking about everyday life. How often do you do things that don't feel right? How often do you do the things that you don't put any feeling into? And how often do you do things that you actually feel into and you do because they feel amazing? I talk to more people that'll say, I created this and I had no clue what I was doing. Okay? How'd you know? I don't know, it just felt right. I go, wow, that's amazing. I talked about people about their feelings and they realize, they come to me and they're like, I just feel blocked. I don't know why I can't open the door to this stuff. And we talk about their feelings and why they're stopping things from happening. Why are they feeling like they can't allow it into their life yet? And we work through that and we unlocked the door. And they feel it with their hearts. All of a sudden, things open. Hey, Keith. And amazing things happen. And they're blown away by it. And then I tell people, go off and remember how they felt on a certain day, how that felt to them. Remember how beautiful that felt. And I want you to sit on that and hold it and cherish how that felt. And bring that feeling into today. And then they're blown away by the magic that happens in front of them. We were designed to feel. We were designed to have a very magical existence. We were designed to create our reality. And yes, thoughts have a lot to do with it. It does. But the feeling is the magic part. The thought is make it the blueprint. I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and that's the blueprint. That's your thoughts. To bring that thought to life, that takes feeling. And that's where the magic is. So start realizing and start practicing. When you want something, yes, you have to put thought in. But to make it a reality, you have to feel it. So for today and this week, put a little bit more into all your decisions. Should I go this way? Should I go that way? How's this way feel? How's that way feel? Start going with what feels right. You're going to find life's a lot more fun, a lot more interesting, and more opportunities that open up for you. With that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick station break. When we come back, we will have our 5-card stud here with the Fairy Temple Oracle. We'll see you in a few.
Are you ready to elevate your spiritual journey and embrace transformation? Our celestial guided pennants are powerful tools designed to support your spiritual growth. Infused with tensor technology and the energy of crystals, these pennants help you release what no longer serves you and opens the doors to new beginnings. Explore our angelic armor collection today at energiesofservice.com and find the pennant that resonates with you. Transform your journey. Embrace the power of angelic armor today. Join us at the Edge magazine, where enlightenment meets opportunity. As an advertiser, you'll reach a vibrant community of seekers and explorers eager to elevate their consciousness. Our full-color glossy publication, distributed to over 600 locations in US and Canada and reaching more than 100,000 readers annually, offers prime exposure to your holistic and metaphysical business, service, event, and products. Showcase your offerings with engaging articles and multi-page directory of practitioners. Connect with a discerning audience ready to embrace your unique contributions to their journey towards higher consciousness. Seize the opportunity to align your brand with the forefront of holistic exploration here, there, and everywhere. Contact sales at edgemagazine.net for more information about advertising options. Let's connect and explore how we can elevate your brand together.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I mindlessly just took the wrapping off the box. I was watching and just ripped it right off and went, okay, well, I'll just show them the wrapping. It gives a better opportunity to see the deck itself without all the glare. So here is that beautiful deck. It is the Fairy Temple Oracle by Suzy Cherub. This is a Blue Angel publication. It says, with a sprinkle of possibility, a shimmer of starshine, and a whisper of wonder, fairy magic is ready to ripple through your world, clearing pathways, releasing limitation, and imbuing your heart with clarity, purpose, and understanding. Earthly visionary and resourceful, the fairies are wise and fearless companions. The gorgeous 44 card set is a portal into their enchanting world of inspiration, insight, and delight. Seek answers and discover a sanctuary where wisdom is packed with joy, love, and fortuitous opportunity. The spirited imagery and salient messages from fairy sages will help you work with the elements to attract blessings, synchronicity, and fulfillment in the realms of your life. So the Fairy Temple Oracle is a mystical wonderland for anyone seeking true guidance, heart healing, and rewilding to the quest of authenticity. So I'm liking this. I will tell you what, I used to be so drawn to decks of fairy decks. I used to like, that was my world, guys. I'm literally a certified fairyologist. I took a lot of classes. But to me, it's just really cool. To me, it's really cool. I won't even lie. So we're going to get into this deck and find out what our 5-card stud is today. It's really weird not to have the little ones, by the way. Just, look at even my voice now. I can start to feel like going a little bit, but it'll come back. I will. Every day I wake up with a little bit stronger, and every day I talk. Every day my voice goes away, and that's okay. Let's look at the book. Bigger book. Pictures, not colors. You can still see some good details. The pictures are big enough to get some good details. It's a little bit bigger than I need in my purse, but not, if you have a bigger purse, right into this. This is not going to go into a back pocket, but will go into like a center console. So still a good book to go home with. As we know, I like a little bit smaller of a book. Gotta get it out of this wrapping. I like a little bit smaller of a book. I like the colored pictures. We already know what I like. But I'm not going to blow that one up. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Beautiful artistry. You know what's really funny? I just realized this deck was supposed to be last Monday when I was supposed to be on last Monday, and clearly I wasn't. And I'm noticing all the shamrocks. I did not realize all the shamrocks were there. So now I'm looking at the shamrocks going, oh, well, I guess it was supposed to be, after St. Patrick's Day, but still, how cool is that? How cool is that? So 5 cards done. What are we doing? This is where I literally am going to shuffle this deck, and I'm basically going, what do we need to know for the next week? What do we need for guidance to get through stuff? And that's for everybody as a whole. And then I'm going to pull 5 different cards. I'm going to read each card individually. Your job, and after I can do it individually, I'm going to read them as a whole. So it's essentially 6 different readings. You get to pick a number 1 through 5. You can pick 1 card, 2 card, all the cards. You can wait until we do the reading at the end. You can have multiple issues and just number an issue. Okay, whatever this might be, it's just guidance. The reason why we do this is because literally it's this day and age, you too, Mr. Keith, in this day and age, what we're getting into is we're doing more online buying than we are going into stores anymore. And it's really hard to see what these cards are about. So what we're doing is going, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then going, there we go. You can see if you like the deck enough. If you really like the deck, you go and buy the deck. If you don't like the deck, don't buy the deck. So card number 1 is end, sweep away, accumulate, restore. I like that. I love this. But I'm not taking it so much as the end card as much as it is a restore card. Okay, for card number 1. Number 1, I love the beauty of this. I love the fact that she's embracing these beautiful flowers. She's seeing things. But honestly, she looks like she's kind of in contemplation. But okay, yeah, we've been talking about feeling. But look at, she's holding everything close. She's holding it to her heart center. She's holding it here. And she's kind of looking at it going, what do I need to do? What do I need to create? What does this feel like? And she's putting thought into this along with the feeling. I know we've been talking a lot about this, but honestly, I think she's looking at the restore aspect. What can I do to make this better? What can I do to turn this around? And I think if you pick card number 1, that's what you're looking at, is how do I turn things around? How do I get these things to kind of go in the way I want to go at it? And it really is kind of, it's like stopping, going, okay, this isn't working, coming back at it from a different angle. And that's what this card is. So when you're looking at these things this week and you're going, oh my gosh, how do I make this work? It really is about stop, dropping, and rolling and getting up and going at it in a different way. So give some time, put some new breath into things, put a new energy into things, and go at it a different direction. Card number 2, intuition, know, feel, and know, see, and feel. I like this. So card number 2 is going, hey guys, you need to put you into things. You need to put you in things. Remember, again, I can't make it up. What have we been talking about all day? It's the knowing, the feeling. It's all of that type of stuff. It's using those abilities of yours. And quite frankly, you're the only one that can make the judgment in anything you need out there. No amount of facts, figures, or anything is going to help make your decision. Okay? You have those. You have everything in place. Common sense tells you one thing, but your heart's telling you another. Your senses are telling you another. Go with your senses. What does that gut intuition tell you to do? You're the only one that can give your answers this week. Stop looking to every other source to make your decision. It's only you. So start looking to the you. Card number 3 is vision, visualize, imagine, and foresee. Oh my God, I love this. Visualize, imagine, foresee. Okay. This is starting to feel things here, starting to feel into the future, starting to look in order. Again, we talked about this, guys. We talked about it. Isn't it great how this works here? When we're looking at this and we're going, how do we see ourselves in the future? What does this feel like? This is the making a decision based on what feels right. Okay. Making a decision on what feels right. This is what it's telling you to do. Look at those beautiful eyes. It's seeing into the future, seeing where you're going, seeing everything. And that's what we need to look at. That's what we need to look at. So if you pick card number 3, you're going to sit with things. You're going to contemplate. You're going to contemplate. And if I do this, what's it feel like? If I do that, what's it feel like? Again, we talked about this. This card is just really bringing that to forefront to say this is where we're going with it this week. Okay. I'm liking these cards, believe it or not. And I'm seeing how this is all playing out in my head. Celebrate, party, mirror making, and fun. Party, mirror making, and fun. You know what? Not only this is it bringing a completion, it's bringing celebration. If you pick number 4, Don't worry. Everything is getting to that point where you can finally go, oh my gosh, it's off my desk. Oh my gosh, I don't have to give any more to this. Oh my gosh, I can just go forward and go, this is what it is, and do whatever. You know what I mean? Which is really super cool. So with this going forward, guys, I want you to look at, if you pick card number 4, literally everything that's been stressing you, everything it's really going to come to accumulation where it's finally done. It's finally done. You finally figured it out, and you finally go, okay, that was hard, but now I can celebrate that I'm finished with it, and I can go on to new and better things. And the last card of the week, the last card of this one, if I can get them to separate, I got 2 cards, is Revel, manifest, charm, and play. Manifest, charm, and play. I like this because the manifest, charm, play. Isn't that awesome? When we're looking at card number 5, this card is saying, honestly, you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to make this happen. And it's putting it back in your realm. It's putting it back in your hands. Like every one of these cards is doing, it's putting it back in your hands. What do you want? Where do you want to go? It's time for you to make those things come to reality. It's time for you to literally put the magic into it and let it go out to the universe, which is super cool. So card number 1 was end. It's more the restore. Card number 2 was intuition. 3 was vision. 4 was celebration. And 5 was reveal. Or revel, sorry. When we're looking at all these cards, I love this because these cards are really screaming at me exactly what we were talking about all day today. But it's kind of going, okay, now I've got the tools. Now I have the understanding, and this is now what I'm going to do. And that's what these cards are about this week. It's all saying that, guess what? We are ready to go forward. We are ready to make things happen. We have the tools. This is the week that, spring is coming. We're going to have some nice days. I'm starting to feel great. I'm starting to feel like I've got something I can do. I want to get through this. I want to be done. How do I want to make this happen? And this is the week you're going to start making things happen. This is the week where it's all going to start to come together and everything's going to start to feel right. And that's where the magic's happening, guys. So I do like this deck, guys. I do like this deck. It's very simple. I like the fact that it's simple. I like the fact that it's very, it brings it into where it's easy to just understand. It's easy to just kind of bring things to light. Because like, even when I'm looking at this card, it's a manifestation card. You can see the gentleness. You can see he's got some muscles in there. He looks like he's kind of a tough little fairy there. But when you're looking at that, you can see the hands, but he's just being so gentle. He's doing with, I'm going to touch this. I'm going to feel it. I'm not going to rip it out. I'm feeling into this. I'm going to help this creation. Okay. And I like the fact that when you're looking at these cards, they do have a lot of energy in the cards. They have a lot of feeling in the cards. They have a lot of, you can look at the eyes. You can see what's kind of happening. Okay. So this is a deck I would go out and buy. It's definitely a deck I would go out and buy. Okay. So where's DeEtte this week? DeEtte's nowhere. DeEtte is got the holiday weekend, and the holiday weekend is always nice, which is very cool. Although, guys, just because I'm nowhere this week does not mean I'm not someplace next week. And next week I am in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, back at the Best Western with Soul and Synergy. Always an amazing event, always packed full. I don't know how it does it, but Eau Claire, we go there twice a year, and it's always slammed, and it's amazing. So come on in and see me on not this coming Saturday, the Saturday afterwards. That's where I'm going to be. My schedule is open, ready for people to come in and book me. Just go to DeEtteRenee.com, and you're going to find me there and book there. You can also go on to that my website and go to where's DeEtte basically going to be, and you can find all my future events, which is super cool. And as they get added, I upload them so you can see where I'm at till the end of the year, which is kind of cool. And I think I'm caught up with putting up that right now. So there you go, guys. With that being said, guys, you guys have a great day, and we will see you next Monday morning here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us.